Hey, welcome back to the SC-100 course. In this video, we are going to go and do a deeper dive into cross-tenant access settings. So, cross-tenant access settings, I talked about it a little bit earlier in one of the videos, was allows you to manage how users from other Microsoft Azure tenants can collaborate with your users, have access to things like, different applications like your Teams, SharePoint, or any other proprietary applications. And then you also have the ability to use conditional access and how those trust policies will be applied for your cross-tenant access settings. So when it comes to cross-tenant access settings, there are default settings are broken down into three different compartments. One is inbound settings, which is for external users accessing your tenant. And then outbound settings, how your users can access external Microsoft tenants. And then there are the tenant restrictions globally, right? So cross-tenant settings, it's not, from when I took the test, it wasn't a ton of questions around it, but there are quite a bit of questions around cross-tenant settings. So you definitely want to have an understanding of, this area within the Microsoft ecosystem and then within Entra, and how you can apply it. So this way, when you get to taking your test, you can answer those questions confidently. So I just want to try to give you as much information to help you prep for the test. Okay, when you get into your Microsoft Entra page, which is entra.microsoft.com, we're going to come all the way down here and we're going to open up our identities. And then within our identities, we're going to go to cross-tenant access settings. So here you open up straight to cross-tenant access settings and you will be able to view these cross-tenant access settings. So I'm going to jump from organizational settings to default settings and go there first. So within here, you have this message that says default settings apply to all external Microsoft Azure tenants not listed on the organizational tab, this tab right here. These default settings can be modified but not deleted. So if you click the edit button over here, you can now go in and say inbound access settings and you could change how things are set up within your environment. So you have the ability to external users and group allow access, or you can block. And then this says apply to all external users and groups. Over here, you have applications. You can block applications, or you can select a certain amount of applications. So you can add Microsoft application, add other applications. So it gives you the ability to be specific. Then you have this as a redemption order that you can go in here and you have your primary identifier providers and you have some information there. So you don't have to get very granular with this in terms of learning it. I mean, if you want to just be, geek out, that's fine. But it's not like they're going to ask you about like this area here, redemption order. I haven't seen that question or even seen that as one of the other prep documents that I've read through Microsoft. Right here we have the external users and groups and the applications. So it pretty much follows the same pattern, how you can set that up. And then outbound settings, same thing. You are able to go in here and you can make those modifications for the applications that you want to give access to. And then you have your tenant restrictions as well, where you can edit different things from a tenant level. You also have this Microsoft Cloud settings, where it's Microsoft Cloud settings allow you to collaborate with organizations from different Microsoft clouds. So you can come here, you can make some modifications. Just to jump back to organizational settings, because I did skip that one. It tells you use cross-tenant access settings to manage collaboration with external Microsoft tenants. And down here is where you would add a tenant. So you can add an organization and you would put the tenant ID in here. I already have a tenant, so I can click on configure. And actually, let me come back. You see right here, it says inherited from default. So if you wanted to change that, you can. So I can literally go in here and I can have my custom settings. So that's what it was referring to. So if I customize my settings, I can now change how this tenant has access to my environment. Let me just say yes without saving. And then over here, you have the default settings, which is grabbing to, and then you have custom settings as well. So you can now be more specific with each tenant. So if you have access for, 5 different tenants that you're doing business with, and you can now say, okay, well, for tenant A, I want them to have access to this application and this group and so on and so forth. Tenant B, I want them to have access to this other application, so forth, and yada, yada, yada. So it gives you the ability to be granular and be specific with each tenant that you need to collaborate with, so that this way you can make sure your security is tailor-made based on the specific use case. So that's pretty much it when it comes to cross-tenant settings for this video. I hope the information I provided you was beneficial. If you have any questions or anything like that, please leave it in the comment section. I'm very excited to hear from you all. I do a pretty good job with responding to individuals. I think within a day, I respond to most of the inquiries that I have, but it is really me running the show. So just keep that in mind. So once again, my name is Kieran Tross, and I'm going to thank you for watching this video. Here at Cloud Scholars, my goal is to get you from scholar to consultant, and of course, consultant to expert. Thank you, and see you next time.